Indonesia is abundant with energy, which is produced from various sources in various forms and is continuously moving the dynamics of every life every day. Pertamina has continued to be the leader for more than 6 decades. Indonesia, with commitments to perpetually innovate in bringing energy to life, which is produced consistently, from various sources, giving the most in every exploration, production, and continuously and other business activity of every life to produce the best energy worldwide. Pertamina has continued to be the leader for more delivering than 6 energy decades, evenly to cities' commitment to remote frontiers, innovate in bringing energy so that everyone can use the energy and move forward together. Various initiatives are taken in developing renewable energy, such as geothermal, solar cell, biofuel, lithium battery, and even electricity. Together with its affiliates, Pertamina is committed to achieve energy sustainability, fuel the economy, and build the future. Pertamina ensures that energy is also available for the environment, education, healthcare, and community empowerment. Pertamina believes that every continuous innovation is the energy to step forward. Pertamina is the energy, driving force of progress for every part of life.
All spectators, welcome to IREC's 2022 Storytelling Competition. My name is Nabila and my work partner Dolin will be the MC for today's storytelling competition. Before we proceed to the performance of the participant, we would like to introduce you to IREC and its grantee. So, IREC is an annual English competition held by Course Mahasiswa IREC UGM and International Relations Department for all high school students throughout Indonesia. This year, we are pleased to tell you that the IREC 2022 is the 10th IREC, and we have 5 branches of competition, namely debate, speech, newscasting, short story writing, and of course, storytelling.
IREC 2022 brought a grand theme that is very inspiring, that is fostering international collaboration for strengthening and sustaining global peace. Even though we're holding this competition online, we hope that the excitement persists and it does not stop us from creating innovative ideas.
Okay, now before we start today's round of storytelling, I would like to greet our amazing judges. Hi Kak Nadif, Kak Gigi, and Kak Alfred. How do you feel about day 3?
Hi, it's so nice to be back again on the final round of storytelling of IREC 2022. And I cannot wait to see your wonderful performances. I believe all of you are quite excited to perform it to all of us. So yeah, get excited.
How about Kak Nadif? What do you feel about day 3?
Well, thanks, Abila. Day 3. To be honest, I'm even more excited and even more nervous than yesterday. Personally, I saw so many wonderful participants yesterday, and now seeing the final 5 today is something that I couldn't wait to see. So I just hope, just have fun, relax, and good luck.
How about Kak Alvin? What do you feel about the day 3?
Yep, I was excited to see wonderful performances. Reminding again that this is the top 5, so these are people who are chosen to be in the final round, are the people who is the best, quote unquote. And so yeah, it's very exciting to see them.
Okay, great. I see everyone is so excited. Now, I'm also very excited to see the participant performance. But before this, we have let the participant construct and write their stories from some certain topics. Now, it's time to see their wonderful and amazing performance.
Okay, let's welcome our first participants, Demala Sagita Fitri, with the topics of Chapter of Hopes, Enforcing Post-Pandemic Cooperation in Rebuilding Stronger Food Supply Chain. The first word you said will be the start of the timer. Are you ready, Demala?
Yes, I'm ready.
Okay, the time is yours.
Kak, I'm so sorry. Is my voice clear?
Yeah.
Yes, your voice loud and clear.
Guys, pandemic. Oh, it's been a year ago, right? Oh my god, that was a terrible condition. Pandemic was actually when all of us seems in a very low conditions, while all of the creatures in this planet seems like in a very low conditions, right? Oh, pandemic was so terrible. And sorry guys, today I'm going to bring all of you guys to throwing back in a year ago in our pandemic situations. I'm so sorry guys, it is so sad and terrible situations, right? So let's begin my story in 3, 2, 1. Wow, there was a girl named Anna who lived in a big city. Guys, do you think that live in a big city is very, very beneficial for us? Well, live in a big city, that's actually a very modern place, while the technology changed fastly than in other place, right? But it is so different with Anna. Live in a big city was such a nightmare for her. Live in a big city was very, very rude for a little girl like Anna, who only lived with her mother in a very unhealthy and dirty place. Oh, that's such a bad conditions. One day, Anna went to the traditional market with her mother. Yes, Anna and her mother went to the traditional market every single day. Do you guys think that they want to sell some stuff? No, they are not capable enough to do that. Anna and her mother were only want to take some dress and then reuse or resell that to get enough money for them to buy some food to keep continue her life. One day, while Anna walking around the traditional market, she saw some little girl in the same age with her eat some tasty food such as ice cream and then like sweet food. Anna saw that little girl. Oh, she was so jealous because for a few times ago, her mom told her that Anna, if you want to eat a tasty food, you have to be a hard worker. You have to take that trust and then resell to get money so that you can buy a tasty food. Anna feels so sad to hear that. She feels jealous. She wants to eat that tasty food. Until one day, Anna and her mother heard a very bad news from the government. You know, guys, what's that news? Okay, that was pandemic, COVID-19, coronavirus. Oh, it is such a nightmare for Anna and her mother. Well, pandemic happened. Well, all some places like traditional market, school, and then supermarket were suddenly have to stop operating. The government told all the society to do quarantine while the pandemic situations. And it changed Anna's life fastly. Pandemic was make Anna's life worse than before. While Anna and her mother had to hard worker to buy some tasty food, and because of pandemic, they have to do double hard worker to get some tasty food and to continue their life. Oh, it is so sad. Anna feels so sad. Not long after that, Anna saw her mother just lie on her bed. She seems in not good conditions. And that's true. Anna's mother was getting sick today. And you know, guys, Anna didn't even eat for 3 days. It's been 3 days. She didn't eat anything. And today she feel hungry. Oh, I feel hungry today. Mom, I need some food. I want to buy food. I'm very hungry today. Don't you have any enough money to only buy like a cheap food? I'm so sorry, Anna. I'm not feeling well today. I have no money today, and we can't eat food today. I'm so sorry. Can you wait until tomorrow? No, Mom. I need food right now. Anna felt angry. She came outside her house, and then she met some of her friends, and then they said, Anna, can you help me? My father, he is getting sick today. He got fever and also dizzy. Anna, can you help my grandmother? She also getting sick today. After Anna heard some of the friends said, she felt guilty to be temperament. And then Anna discussed something with her friend. They decided to send a letter to the government. And then Anna said, guys, this is not our fault. This is the government. The government should stop all the facilities operated. Meanwhile, the government did not give us a food supply to continue our life. We have to send a letter for the government. And after that, Anna and her friends sent a letter for the government. But unfortunately, guys, it has long time to reply. Anna feels so sad, but she's never give up. She's never give up. Tomorrow, she do a champion. She asked all her friends to went to the main place in the big city and then screamed, please help us! We need your help! We need food supply to keep alive! Please help us! But no one heard it. No one paid attention to Anna and her friend. They do it day by day until one day their family conditions were getting worse. All of the people in this house, in this dirty and unhealthy place, getting worse. And then one day, Anna kept trying. She's never given up. Please help us. We need food supply to continue our lives. Until she met an old woman named Rihanna. Rihanna tried to ask Anna, hey little girl, let me help you. After they met, Rihanna decided to do a charity for Anna's friends and also Anna's mother. They do a charity. They spread that breaking news. They spread that conditions. They spread that worst conditions while these pandemic situations to all the people until finally they get a lot of money from the charity. And then all of the people around Anna's house finally got a food supply. And then they have a reason to still alive. Until finally, the government paid attention for Anna. Anna is a hero, right? Anna helps all the people. Anna helps her mother, her friends, and also people around her. So guys, I hope this story can inspire us. I hope this story can give us inspirations to be grateful and also to pay attention, to believe that there's other people in this world who need oversupply, who were in a lower conditions than us. I think that was all for me, guys. Thank you and see you next time.
Thank you, Demala, for your incredible story. And now let's hear the judges' assessment. Kak Calvin and Kak Gigi, you may give your evaluation and asking for a question if any. Start by Kak Calvin first.
All right, thanks, Dalen. Hi, Demala. Are you there? Demala, are you there? Can you hear me?
Yes.
All right,
I'm
yeah.
here.
How's your feeling? How is it?
I feel so nervous. I'm still feel nervous right now actually because I feel that I didn't give my best for this final round.
Well, yeah. I can see that you're nervous, but no, you did your best actually. You already did it. So yeah, you should be appreciate yourself more. Anyway, I have a few notes here. First of all, your performance is great, but I have few notes on your content itself. I can see that you say that you are nervous, and it can be so obvious because you repeat some word and phrases and also sentences. It kind of redundant a little bit. So next time maybe you try to be more relaxed, so you don't have to repeat some phrases many times. And also it kind of distract the grammar itself. You also using a lot of present tense rather than a past tense. And on the context of the plot of the story, maybe because you are trying to make your story develop more, it feels like it has no goals, like there's no certain finish of your story. So be careful on that, because when you are trying to develop when you are making impromptu story, it's better for you to decide what will happen in the end of the story or the goals of your story itself. Because when you're not decide the goals of the story, your story can be developed and it can be too long and too wide. So I think be careful on that one. Well, I think that's all from me. Kak Gigi.
Alrighty, thank you. Hi, Demala. How are you? Still nervous?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I think Calvin has already summed up some of my feedback for you as well. Well, I will probably just ask you a question. Since you are still a student and let's say that student does not get like a huge impact during the pandemic, right? I'm going to ask you some question. What is your biggest interpretation of hopes on the pandemic as a student?
As a student, I hope, but during these pandemic situations, the government gives us like a proper education facilities. I mean, like, even though the government asks us to do like online learning, I hope the government make sure that the mechanism during our lessons or our studying, I hope the government like make sure that all of the students can receive the material from the teacher.
Okay.
I think that's it.
All right, thank you, Dima. That was actually sum up your storytelling as well. Like you talk about the government and how would they develop the mechanism on everything during the pandemic, right? Okay, Dimala, I think that was all my feedback, and thank you so much for Kak Kelvin, who have given you lots of insight as well. And good luck for the result. I really enjoy your performance. Thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for the evaluation, Kak Gigi and Kak Calvin. Up next, we have Rizky Haikal Pradana, with the topics of chapter of changes, the significance of youth on tackling climate urgency. Rizky, are you ready? Rizky, are you ready? Hello, Rizky, are you
Am I
ready?
audible?
Okay, you're audible.
Okay, thank you.
The time is yours.
Hello viewer, welcome back to Dana News. Today's news, the forest fire in Boya country has worsened this week. The fatalities consisting of 35 children, 78 adults, and 7 elderly. This has affecting the whole social and economic purposes in country Boya and Toya. So please stay healthy and wear your mask all the time. I'm Haikal, reporting from the studio. Ladies and gentlemen, humans are arrogant. They have a high ego. They only think for themselves, for their needs, for their importance, and for their own benefits without thinking the impact that might be happen. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is a worst scenario of human because they is not caring for the others. So, my name is Haikal, and I think it is a really great opportunity to talk to you again in front of you, the honorable judges, teachers, and for all of my dearest friends. So, do you guys have any idea what are we talking about today? Yes, we would like to talk about the chapter of hope. How can youth solve the problem of climate? Okay, but before we move further, let's have a small talk. Now, we are here in Indonesia, but we do not live alone here. There's this country, there's this country, there's that country, and so many other countries all across the world. We're not living alone here. Imagine, imagine that you are living alone without knowing who your neighbors are, who your classmates are, or maybe who your table mate is. It is so pathetic, right? There is a proverb that says, do not know, then do not love. How can we love each other when we do not know each other? How do we care each other if we do not love each other? And how do we understand each other if we are not loving each other? This is happened to the story which I will tell to you today. So this is a story about a country named Boya and Toya. Boya and Toya are two neighboring countries. They only separated by a small river down the hill. They also have a close and good relationship. But before the new president Boya has walked to the country of Boya. Once, in a small forum, Mr. President Boya, who has just sworn in yesterday, said to the forum, Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Today, I would like to address some information based on my perspective. So, in Boya, my country stability of politics, economics, and social is not stable. And the main reason of this is because the forest fire that happened in the country. So, here I want you to give me an explanation. Mr. President Toya, the time is yours. Okay, thank you, Mr. President Boya, for the chance. Firstly, you are just sworn in yesterday, right? So you're still a junior. And all of his speech are nonsense. Because there is no fire in my country because of myself, because of my people. But if the forest fire because of your people is you're talking about right now, so it is not my fault, but it is yours. Okay? Oh, calm down, Mr. President Toya. Calm down. In fact, your forest has burned down since 2045. So it is not my people's fault. Shut up! You're talking too much, Mr. President Boya. Take all of your words or take the consequences with you. I can take all of my troops to your country, okay? Oh, you think you are the one that can take your troops to my country? I can order my troops to your country too. So, let's have a war. Ladies and gentlemen, these two countries declare for a war. And because of this, all of the world is impacted, including the nations that is not correlated with two of them. The economy dropped, poverty, hunger is everywhere. Ladies and gentlemen, they need a solution. They need your help. They need a hero, just like what Superman, like Batman or Spider-Man. But in this story, the hero is Mr. President Roya, a youth that has intelligence. So, ladies and gentlemen, I call to you today to have a discussion. So take a look at this. This is you, and me, and every single of us. Now take a look at this. Look how big it is. But now, take a look at this. See? It is really strong. It is us if we are working together to solve this together. So, let's reunite and solve this problem. With war, you just worsen the condition. All of the Boya and Toya and Roya agree to have a reunite and solve this problem together and help each other to shut down all of the fire in Toya country. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. President Roya is the role model of youth. He used a creative way by using a broomstick analogy to reunite two different souls, to reunite the broken glasses and solve the global peace and also the climate action. So, it is the time for me, for you, together. Let's save our world together. And let's make the change for the entire universe. I'm Rizky Ekal, signing out. Thank you and Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Thank you so much, Rizky, for your amazing story. And now let's hear the judges' assessment. Kak Nadif and Kak Calvin, you may give your evaluation and asking for a question if any. And we'll start with Kak Nadif first.
Hello, Haikal, with an I, not a Y.
Hello to Mr. Haikal with Y.
Yeah, so first things first, your actual theme is and the way your story is pretty interesting for me because I myself am studying international relations, and boy, honestly, I hope it was that simple. But going to your story, I think you already have like an amazing confidence towards like the stage and like how you speak and all, and it shows. And it's pretty sure that your characterizations of your character is pretty cool and pretty strong. Though I do notice there are some parts where I can see your nerves get to you and you tend to forget a little bit of your script and all. And I guess one more thing that I also notice, you tend to turn your back against the audience, which I saw a few times. But other than that, the story was honestly compelling as someone who has a background in like international relations. And honestly, I really like your confidence. And I wish I have that kind of confidence when I storytell. So yeah, that's all from me though.
Thanks a lot, Kak.
All right. Hi, Rizky. Hi, Kal. What
Hi,
can
Kak.
wait, hold on. Okay. About your performance, confidence, no doubt, you're good at it. You have the confidence. You're like 10 out of 10 for that. But my notes for you will be the first of all, your opening is too long, like 3.5 minutes only for the opening. You can use that for your story instead, for the content of your story, because I was worried because it's like 3 minutes left, but you still haven't reached the climax of your story, and that makes me worry. And also, Nadif also pointed out that there are cuts in your story, so it makes some sort of plot hole because you just cut it out to make it fast a little bit. And the second one is, oh yeah, because you're using microphone and it's close to your mouth, do not scream on that microphone, okay? Try to like put it like away a little bit, because I saw that some of your audience who wear the headphone or earphone kind of shocked. Well, I don't wear it, and I shocked too. So yeah, that's and I think I have one more question for you. Since this is your topic, yeah, what kind of change that do you or your society that you expect towards in a certain thing, like what thing exactly that you want to change in regarding to this topic?
First of all, living in Praja Dirgantara High School, um, it is so amazing here because all of the technology helped me to reduce several things that can help the climate change. For example, here we do not have books just like the normal schools, and I guess all of the other schools can follow this kind of action to have ebook instead of the paper book, because it is also more portable because I can take it anywhere in my laptop or in my tablet. So yeah, I guess it is a good thing to be installed in other schools. Another thing is that here we have greenhouse a green electricity source. We use solar panels, so I think yeah, maybe in the future we can only rely on solar panels rather than other source.
All right, I think that's all. Thank you, Haikal. I'll see you next time.
Thank you, Kak.
Okay, thank you so much for the insightful evaluation. Up next, we have Norin Tamarin with the topics of chapter of fragility, reflecting the danger of the cyber attack in our daily activities. Norin, are you ready?
Yes.
Okay, the time is yours.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are back with me, North America, to tell you a story. Now, today, I will tell you a story of fragility. So, I hope you will enjoy this. Now, once upon a time, lived a girl named Emma, and she had a friend group consisting of two people named Maria and Connie. They were the bestest of friends, and even to the point that people would call them three peas in a pod. Their school life was quite fun, but it didn't last long. Hi, Maria! Oh, hi, Connie. Excuse me, I am not Connie. I am Emma. Look, sorry, I was out of my mind. But anyways, where's Connie? I'm not quite sure. That's quite weird. She's usually already waiting for us here. Ah, there you are! Speak of the devil! Where have you been? Ah, sorry. I wasn't feeling quite well. Oh, no. It's okay. Are you okay now? Are you okay? Yeah. We should go to class now. Without another word, they scurried off to class. Now, truth to be told, Emma felt something weird, but she dared not to ask. Although she began to realize that two of her friends were avoiding her. And every time Connie was gone, so was Maria. Now, truth to be told, I can't believe they left me every time. I'm upset, you know. That was until she bumped into Maria. There you are, Maria. Oh, hi, Emma. Where were you guys? Are you having secret meetings without me? Oh, I'm hurt. No. You know, I'm quite popular, so I don't exactly have all the time to. Huh? What? What do you mean, Maria? Huh? Why would you say that? I nothing. I have to go. Wait, Maria? Oh, she left me again. Now, this was the breaking point of Emma. So she decided to confront Connie. Connie, there you are. Hi, Emma. What brings you here? Why have you guys been avoiding me? Did I do something wrong? If so, please tell me. No. It's not you. It's I. Huh? Connie, where are you going? Oh God! I search everywhere. Where is she? Okay, calm down. Take deep breaths. Okay, now what actually happened? Why would Connie run away from me? Okay, no. If I were Connie, where would I go? The library? No, she's not smart enough for that. The toilet. Nah, it's too stinky in there. The rooftop, of course. Connie! There you are. What are you doing? What are you doing? I'm sorry, Emma. Please get down from there. It's dangerous. I can't. I really can't. Connie, what happened? what actually happened? Now, audience, can you guess what happened? I believe you can. Now, this started when Maria made a grave mistake, and instead of owning up to it, she decided to make another mistake. Maria, what have you done? You cannot tell anyone about this. Not a word. But fine. Unfortunately, Maria did not trust Connie. So she made something very horrid. She decided to fuss about the mistake, but blame it on Connie. And people on the internet were saying, oh my God, such an unpleasant young lady. I can't believe she did this. Oh my God, she's on my school. I always thought something was weird from her. Now, this went from reasonable comments to, how do I say this? Unpleasant. She's so ugly. Oh, even if she did something good, I bet no one would even care. She did that? Oh, if that was me, I would have killed myself. I hope she gets hit by a truck. Why? Didn't do anything wrong. I was but a goody two shoes. And this is how the world treats me. And that is all, Emma. I can't take it anymore. Emma, Connie, please calm down. We can still fix this. We can still fix this. Please just get down from there. Thank you, Emma. You were the only one there for me. But I can't do this anymore. The world's too cruel for me. Thank you and goodbye. Listen, Emma, I did nothing wrong. Yeah, maybe I did toss about something, but Connie jumped on her own. It was my fault. Huh? What do you mean? Connie's right beside me. We were just talking, you know? Emma, there's no one there. And so their lives were never the same since. Truthfully to me, this is quite a tragic story. And it's sickening that this is happening in the real life world. Although it was a bitter end, I hope we all can learn something from this story. May it be useful to us now or in the future. Well, I suppose that is all for my story today. Thank you for your attention and have a good day, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much, Norin, for your awesome story. And now let's hear the judges' assessment, okay? Kak Gigi and Kak Nadif, you may give your evaluation and ask for a question, if any. We will start with Kak Gigi first.
Okay. Hi, Noreen. How do you feel about your performance? Do you like it?
Truth to be told, I guess it was okay. Although there are some aspects that I know could have been improved, but the past is the past, and I'm pretty proud of what I did.
Okay, good. I really love your energy. So, okay, I'm going to start my feedback. First of all, I'm going to say that I really love your start. Like the way how you start your story is just slay. I really love it. So here's the thing. I feel like you've already found the way how you tell the story as in your own style. Like you've already know how to do it. And I want you to keep it that way. Moreover, there's still some aspect that you can improve. Okay, so first thing first, you can actually tell that some characters and the others are telling and doing a dialogue without you're actually having your property. So you can just move aside slightly, like move slightly left or move slightly right, and that's it. Not to, if I may say, the time when you're putting on your props, that actually the moment of silence we've been talking about. And if you could reduce that, if you could change it into just move slightly left or slightly right, that will be better. And also, if you're doing it in slightly in a quicker pace, that will make your story also like goes tuk, 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 tuk kind of thing. And moreover, this is what we've been talking since yesterday, that no one knows about what's going on into your story, right? The story is all yours. The way how you tell us and makes us surprised, it's all you who can hold it, right? And that's what we also like about your, for me personally, that's what I like from your performance. We would never know what's going on, even though you probably drag in the beginning quite too much, but in the end you surprise us with what's going on, and that's what I like from your story. That was good. Moreover, you might probably want to strengthen the climax and also make the resolution part clear enough, and that way I think your story would be more I don't want to say acceptable because your story is already good, but like maybe better kind of thing. And also, here's the thing, maybe started from the first 5 minutes of your story, we kind of lost because you kind of move too much and you get like so into your characters, what's going on, like this way, this thing happened thing, without you realizing that our concentration slowly get lost. That way, after 5 minutes, you started to ask to us, can you guys guess what happened? If you could put that earlier in your story, that would be amazing, and you can keep us on track to your story. That will be the feedback. And also, yeah, I think that was it. The thing is, you've already known your style, and I want you to keep with that. And I think you're going to be a very good storyteller in the future. So keep joining lots of competition. Thank you, Noreen. I enjoy your story.
Thank you, Miss.
I guess it's my part. Well, first of all, what a story! I didn't expect like 80% of anything that happened at the last act. Cause like, damn, that was a good idea. Honestly, I would do the same just to like shock factor. And yeah, cause like you said, I think you have a pretty comprehensive view on like how you storytell. Cause you're very expressive, you're very active, and you're very, very fun to see. And I guess like my one itch is honestly again the property, because the moment where you like use that sarong or something, that cloth over you is honestly at some point I was just kind of a bit annoying, because next time I think try to find like, if you want to use property to change your character, what I usually do is just use a hat, because honestly it's way more simpler putting it on and off, and it flows way better. And honestly, again, fantastic story. I don't think I could like add up more on what he said, because she's already pretty comprehensive. And again, cool story. But I guess I could ask a question this time around. Okay, so on your story, there's a lot of factors played into like cyberbullying at the end, like how the internet society sees like a person's mistakes and like how it plays into it. Now, what do you actually think about like cyberbullying in, well, let's say the high school setting? What's your opinion, or does it happen a lot? That kind of thing?
Honestly, I'm not sure about if it's high school or anything, but if I see it from YouTube or any other platforms, there's a lot of cyberbullying for you saying one single sentence. Just one single sentence could ruin a person's career. This could be seen more on celebrities and other famous people. And honestly, just seeing that already makes me frustrated. And I'm like, do you guys not have a heart? This is pretty cruel, you know? And for high school, Well, to be honest, maybe I watched too much drama or comics, so that's where I actually got inspiration from. There's a lot of main characters where they get bullied, they get this like that, and yeah, basically that's where I got the inspiration. I mean, I guess that's pretty much it.
Thank you, Doreen.
Yeah,
I
thank you.
really like your answer.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you so much for the feedbacks, Kak Gigi and Kak Nadif. Up next, we have Zahra Akila Ramadhani Putri with the topics of Chapter of Power, the roles of youth on sustaining global peace. Are you ready, Zahra?
Yes, am I audible?
Yes, you're loud and clear. The spotlight is yours.
Hello, everyone. Do you know what world peace is? Well, world peace is a state of concept of all people and all nations on the planet of Earth. Well, let me tell you a story about a girl who dedicated herself to participate in maintaining global peace. Luna is a 17-year-old girl from the city of Jakarta, Indonesia. From an early age, she always wanted to become one of the volunteers of the United Nations. Yes, the United Nations, the biggest world peacekeeper organization. One day, Luna's best friend Casey told her that the United Nations are looking for volunteers. Oh my God! You should see this, Luna! The United Nations are looking for volunteers. What? Wait, let me see. It's always been my dream to become one of the United Nations volunteers. I must participate. I know I'm your best friend, remember? Let's go and register yourself. Maybe some of you wonder, how could you participate and register to be one of the United Nations volunteer? Well, it's basically pretty easy. You just need to check on their official website of the United Nations and follow this step. Well, let's go back to the story. Luna went to register herself. She studied days by days. She also practiced to answer questions that might be asked by the interviewer. The day has come. I'm so nervous. God, please help me. Okay, Luna Goldenberg. So I want to know, what is your motivation to be one of the United Nations volunteer? Because as you know, you need to spend about 6 months on rural areas. You cannot meet your friends, your family. You're gonna be lonely. Well, my motivation is, since I was just a little kid, I always look up on all people who participating to maintain the world peace. I think joining the United Nations is one of the way for me to go to the field and do the actions right there, just right there. You might ask me why I just don't do it here. I could do other things, right? Maybe supporting and encouraging people about poverty and others. But I think a lot of people could do that. Some of us don't want to go to the field. Sometimes we just do that to make contents, to make ourselves look good. Well, Luna, that was a good answer. The day of the result has come. And guess what? Luna passed! She was very excited. She told her best friend Casey about that. Casey, I passed! Oh my God, I know you can do this, girl. I'm gonna miss you. Keep in touch with me, okay? And if you need anything, please tell me. Luna packed her things and went to the airport the next day. She flew to South Africa. Luna was placed in the rural areas of South Africa. When she arrived, she was shocked and sad at the same time. She see a lot of people suffering from poverty and they look skinny and malnourished. At that moment, she promised herself that she's gonna do her best to help all people. A couple days after that, when Luna was giving foods to the children, she saw one kid was stealing meals. Yeah, this is for you. Hey, wait! Don't hurt me. I'm starving. It's okay. I won't hurt you. You can eat that. But please don't steal next time, okay? If you need more, you can ask us for that. But why do you steal? Don't you get food every single day? What do you mean? I haven't eaten for days or maybe weeks, I guess. Hearing that, Luna was shocked and a bit confused because every day she and her team always pack enough amount of food to give to every single person and give it to one person that they trust to share it to others. At least that's what they thought. That incident still couldn't get out of Luna's head. So she called her best friend Casey to ask for suggestion. Hello, Casey? Hey, girl! How are you doing? You haven't called me for days. What's wrong? You know, something fishy is going on. Luna told Casey about what happened, and she suspects the man that they trust to share the food to others. Okay, I see. If that's the case, why don't you just follow that man? I think you will get a hint. That's a good idea. Thank you so much, Bestie. Luna took Casey's advice. The next day, she followed the man. Guess what she saw? The man was keeping all the food for him and his family only. Seeing that, Luna just can't help herself. She came to the man with anger. Hey, you! How could you do this? Do what? You know, before you all come here, we are all starving. We lack of food. We're lack of water. You know what? You're just a spoiled girl who came from a big city. What are you saying? Listen, you're not the only one who's starving here. Look at out there. There are thousands of kids are starving. You want to make them die? I need to support my family and survive. If that's mean by making them die, then let them be. Hearing that, Luna was disappointed to herself. She went to her post immediately. I failed to maintain the peace. This thing happened under my consciousness. Poor Luna. It's not actually your fault. Or maybe it is. What do you think? A couple hours after that, the man came to her. I want to admit something to all of you. Your words make me realize that people like me who make us like this, who destroy the peace. I'm sorry and I won't do it again. I promise. Boo! You want to let us die? We're just a promise you won't do it again. If we all in this together. So if you have any concern, tell us and we will try our best to help you. Wow, what a heartwarming words, Luna. After 6 months, Luna flies back to her home country, Indonesia. And guess what? She became the best volunteer of the UN that year. Wow, Luna, you deserve that. So what are we waiting for? Let's go. Take our part as youth to keep the global peace. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Zara, for your outstanding performance. And now let's hear the judges' feedback. Kak Calvin and Kak Gigi, you may give your feedback and ask for a question if there's any. Let's start with Kak Calvin first.
All right, thank you, Dolin. Hi, Zara.
Hi, Kak.
How's your feeling?
I felt relieved, actually.
That's it?
At first, of course, I was concerned, but then I think when I started perform, I don't really think about anything else, just focusing on the story.
Yeah, that's actually that's a really great mindset. When you're telling your story, you should have fun, and that's what matters. All right, jumping into your notes here. First of all, I like your story. It's a simple story, but yet it has a very meaningful. If I wanted to maybe change a little bit about your story, maybe you should pay attention to build up the conflict, because I think, in my opinion, your rising action, like the leading into the conflict until the climax, is not really strong enough. So your audience cannot see whether this is it the real conflict, or it's just the problem in your story that can be solved, but just like that. That's it. And also, it's also leading into the resolution of the story. It needs to be smoother, because well, someone cannot change that fast without any turning points, right? So that mean person or the bad guy in your story, it has to be something happen to that person as the turning point, until that person change for the betterment, or maybe even worse, right? So maybe have the better conflict, and also have the, I think, more smooth resolution of your story. And I was also worried about your time, because you almost ran out of time. Maybe you were over time. Maybe it's because you are having dialogue, because dialogue can spend it can consume much time. You can make it shorter by turning it into narrative, or maybe rephrase it into much shorter words, right? So it also applies to every other participant. If you guys don't want to make your story much longer than it should be, you can make it into narrative. And later on, if you are pursuing your storytelling career in varsity, you will find a lot of storytellers. They are not focusing on the dialogue, but rather they are focusing more on the narrative, because narrative explain more about the story than the dialogue. The dialogue is only to highlight important scene, or maybe make your story more lively. And yeah, I think that's all from me. Kak Gigi?
Alrighty. So, Zahra, I think I'm just going to continue of what Mr. Kelvin just said. So, I think the problem when you're doing a storytelling is correct. I agree with Kelvin that your dialogue is somehow too long. And also somehow you have to differentiate between the character for you as the narrator itself, and also the character as any other characters into the story. So when you were doing just now, just like what you just did, when you're doing a storytelling, we cannot really differentiate, is this a character or is this a narrator? Because they're like definitely giving the same energy. So if you want to have a solid performance, first you have to find the character of the narrator himself or itself or herself. And other than that, you could elaborate more on how to do a character, just like, for example, doing a high pitch voice, or like a lower high pitch a lower pitch voice kind of thing. And also, again, when you're doing a dialogue, here's the tips. Choose to have a longer dialogue that will define what is going on to the event rather than just, oh my God, I'm so busy. Really? Why are you feel so busy? That's kind of short. It is better to do it like, oh my God, I'm so busy. I got a lot of things to do and I also need to do this, and that. Oh, really? I'm sorry for you. See, this kind of thing really define how does the story goes, because one thing, it will also explain what is going on next. That's the thing that I'm talking about. Moreover, I think you also want to try to control your voice, your volume. That will be better, I think. Yeah, because it's still quite like too in our ear. Yes. And also, just like any other participant, I'm going to ask you a question. So you're talking about UN, right? And the power they're holding, and how your story talking about how they would help a poverty kind of thing. Defining yourself as a student, what do you think would be the biggest power that you're holding, or the biggest power that you have, that you got? Please.
Thank you for your question, Kak. I think as a student, our biggest power is our voice. I mean, we're young. People hear what we say. So I think what we could do is actually empowering people to actually care about the environment, care about the poverty and such stuff. Maybe we could do like something like campaign for just youth, maybe on the car free day, right? We could told them that we need to be more conscious about what's happening right now in around us, because I think that's the problem right now. People usually don't want to hear if it's just one person or two or even three. I think they want us, people will hear us if we're solid, we're one. We tell what we want and people will hear us. Thank you.
Okay. Thank you so much for your answer, Zahra. And back to the MC. Good job, Zahra.
Thank you, Pat.
Okay, thank you for the substantive evaluations, Kak Calvin and Kak Gigi. And last but not least, we will have Akira Mohammed with the topics of Chapter of Love, Youth Contribution on Solidifying Global Inclusivity. Are you ready, Akira?
Hello.
Hi, okay, the time is yours.
Greetings, the honorable judges and viewers. Assalamualaikum. My name is Akira Mohammed from ABBS High School, Surakarta. Thank you for having me on the final round. I hope you are all in a good health. On this occasion, I am about to tell you a story about global inclusivity. Before we go any further into the story, maybe many of us are still wondering, including me before writing this story, what is the definition of global inclusivity? It is kind of inclusion that is intended to embrace all people irrespective of race, gender, disability, medical, or other need from all around the globe. It is about giving equal access and opportunities and getting rid of discrimination and intolerance, removal of all barriers. And I am going to tell you a story entitled Chef Yama and Coco, the para-athlete. Please enjoy. In a small, not so modern town called Summer Valley, there lived two best friends named Yama and Coco. The two of them are two young men who are very different physically, in interests and talents, but have been close friends since they were in kindergarten. Yama is a tall and stocky teenage boy, while Coco is a disabled person. Coco was born with only one leg, and surprisingly, their interests and talents seem to be switched. Yama, the macho man, loves to cook and bake cakes. On the other hand, although he can barely walk well, Coco is very passionate about soccer. Both Yama and Coco always spend their free time with their hobby. No boy should like to cook. You're just like a girl. Yama's sibling and friends used to mock him. "Mm, Perhaps you want to try another skill, son. It is not too late to have another hobby other than cooking and baking cakes," said Yama's mother whenever she saw Yama experimenting in the kitchen. You have a perfect and dashing body. You should be able to become a pilot or soldier in the future. Stop messing with cooking utensils. Yama's father opposed Yama's interest more blatantly. I just want to cook and bake cakes. I am getting better at it day by day, answered Yama, looking down. Meanwhile, Coco's interests and talents are also rejected by his family and those around him. They think that the person with a disability should get plenty of rest and reduce physical activity. They think sports should not be a hobby of someone with an abnormal body. Moreover, they thought that if Coco got injured, it would be troublesome for them. Uh, you can try sports that don't involve a lot of physical activity. You can try chess. Yes, chess. You can just sit the whole game, suggested Coco's sister. You people with disabilities demand too much for equality. Look, it is ridiculous that one-legged person like you likes sports that require a lot of running and kicking like soccer. Coco's friends always mocked him. That was how Yama and Coco spent their days. They have to deal with the notion that men should not like to cook and a person with disability should not like sports. Restrictions and all those barriers are very common we find around us, right? Even more so in Summer Valley. As I was saying, the city where they live is not a city with open-minded people. They are not familiar with the term global inclusivity. Maybe they've seen the television show The Master Chef or know the news about the Paralympians at the Olympics. Still, their mindset is fragmented and did not want to understand the global inclusivity, let alone implemented it in their lives. But Yama and Coco were not discouraged. They often exchange ideas about their hobby. They understand that not everyone will immediately accept the fact that people with conditions like them like things that are very contrary to their gender or physical condition. Yama and Coco always cheer up each other and they are determined to improve their skills in their hobby. Until one day, when they graduate from high school, they get an offer that will change their fate forever. Yama and Coco each get scholarship offers at famous schools abroad. Apparently, all this time, their principal was secretly recording their journey of achievements. And when they are in their final year of high school, their principal sends him to many schools that offer scholarships for students with special skills like Yama and Coco. Yama and Coco were very happy, but they also feel sad because they have to part. They will start in two different countries. There's no need to be sad. We can continue to communicate by utilizing technology. What we have to do now is to convince our parents to let us go far and receive this scholarship. Yama comforted Coco. You're right, my friend. I hope this is the first step that global inclusivity can touch us, said Coco. With a long discussion and a convincing process that was not easy, finally Yama and Coco managed to get the permission of their parents. Finally, they were allowed to pursue their dreams. Yama's father, who initially strictly forbade Yama to become a chef, finally began to understand his son's passion. Thanks to Yama's various achievements so far, Yama and Coco studied diligently at their campus. They got a lot of new knowledge to develop their skills and talents. Yama is winning more and more cooking and baking competitions. Coco is even more excited because he has successfully joined the para-athlete soccer team in his new city. Within a few years, Yama and his Koko have transformed into humans who are very grateful for their circumstances. Yes, because they are in the right environment, an environment that had understood the importance of breaking down all barriers and restrictions for everyone on Earth. There are no more specific jobs that are only for boys or girls, no more schools that only accept students with certain abilities, no more discriminatory requirements to become any influencer. That should be the ideal planet to live in. Who understands that global inclusivity is an absolute thing to uphold. When they successfully finish their studies, at the same time, they also managed to become professionals in their respective fields. Yama had become a well-known chef at a seven-star international resort. He also often appeared on television and actively became a speaker at various seminars. There is no need to be sad if your community doubts your interests and talents. Expand your horizons and reflect on what is truly your passion. The importantly thing is to be an open-minded person and do not hesitate to always learn, said Yama every time he gave motivational words at seminars. Meanwhile, Koko has been recruited by the country's soccer team where he studied. The government of the country took care of all of the things needed to make Koko a naturalized player in their country. Koko was a great para-athlete. He was persistent in training and set high discipline in improving his skill. That was why he was chosen as one of the athletes who competed in the Paralympics. I am very grateful for what I've achieved so far. To athletes around the world, I am proud of you. Keep practicing and prove that global inclusivity has done the right thing for people like us, Koko said when he received the gold medal and trophy their team. Yes, it turned out that the country still managed to become a champion in the Paralympic Championship. Yama and Koko's parents are now very proud of their children. They used to doubt them because they thought Yama and Koko had a passion that violated their nature. They now realize that everyone had equal opportunities in all aspects of life. So did the other people in Summer Valley. Seeing the success of Yama and Koko, they were moved to recognize that every person, every nation, every gender, every age, and situation is entitled to all components, facilities, opportunities that exist in the community. That was all my storytelling performance. I am Akira. Stay healthy, stay fast. Wassalamu alaikum.
Thank you very much, Akira, for your stunning performance. And now let's hear the judges' assessment. Kak Nadif and Kak Gigi, you may give your evaluation and ask for a question if there's any. Start by Kak Nadif.
Hello, Akira. Yeah, how do you feel after your story? Because that was very interesting.
Yeah, I was a little bit nervous, but now I am so excited and relaxed because I've just performed best. Hopefully.
Yeah, because in fact, that was honestly your confidence in telling a story is one of the most remarkable aspects of your story because it feels like you are very used to like talking in public speaking. Because I could hear it from your voice, I could hear it from your body language, and I do like you're more expressive with your body this time around because I feel like, from my point of view, that was a bit lacking in the previous round. But now I really like it. Your characterization of your characters is very interesting because your range of voices makes it that it's very noticeable who is who. And the thing, your story, the way you present it, actually not the way you present it, your story itself. I really like how it's about two people with like talents that are the world thinks are not belong to them. Like the big guy likes cooking, the guy with no legs wants to do soccer. I think that's a really interesting and an effective way to actually show global inclusivity in your theme. But one thing that I want to note, I think that you'll do miles better if you have like a wireless mic or something, because I could feel like it was a bit limiting you in your movement, and also it also twitches the camera bit by bit, which I think some would say like a bit annoying. But again, fantastic performance. I really like it. I really do like the way you speak and your story. And again, thank you for the performance.
I noted that. Thank you.
Okay, Akira. Honestly, your performance is one of the most, I'll say, remarkable performance since the preliminary round, because like the way how you tell the story, it really kept into my mind. And oh, he is the guy who's doing this and doing that. Even with your microphone and with those things that really remind me the most. But also some of your performance needs to be strengthened in terms of your pace. So here's the thing: when you're doing a storytelling, I'll say 10 minutes is quite a very long time. We usually do storytelling in between 4 until 7, and right now in this competition you're given 10 minutes. Moreover, 10 minutes is actually a very long time, yet your performance still kind of do a very slow pace. It can be still be like fastened. In some part it can be added, and some part from your story can actually be like removed. That will be better for your performance. Next thing, I actually so much agree with what Mr. Nadif have said about your property, I guess, like your microphone. If you could probably perform without it and your voice still can be heard clearly, I think that would be better. That thing.
Okay.
And also, what was that? I'm going to say something to you, but I kind of forgot. Oh yeah, this thing. I think you're going to be a very good public speaker, not only in storytelling. Like you may probably in the future want to try speech. I think it's going to be good. If you want to also try broadcast, that will be great as well, because like it can really define your whole personality when you're doing public speaking. So next time I want you to like enlarge your ability, not only in storytelling but also could be in some other field. Also about the question, I think Mr. Nadif would give a question if you don't mind, because this topic is actually included to his study about international relation, and global inclusivity is one of them. So Mr. Nadif, would you mind giving the question to Akira?
Okay. Well, first thing, I guess a good question about this is, since like you mentioned about the Paralympics and all of that, and okay, what do you think about like how I hope this is not a hard question because I actually study a bit by this, but what do you actually think about the way society currently see the Paralympics? Because for one, it doesn't really get as much publicity as normal Olympics. So yeah, I guess your opinions on that would suffice.
Talking about Paralympics.
Yes, essentially, what do you think the society views on it, and what your opinions on it?
Okay, thank you for the question. Paralympics is actually just for disabilities, for disabled people, and they just like disabled athletes. But we can't just unequal to them, because equality is the act of treating an individual in the same way you want to be treated, and then being polite and behaving well to other people. So we humans should be like, we as humans, of course, have weaknesses and advances, right? So we cannot just unequal to the disabled, because maybe they have more advances than us. And talking about Paralympics, I think it is all the same as the normal Olympics, because the rules are just the same, but the difference is it only contains of disabled people, disabled athletes. Yeah, that's all.
Yeah, thank you for answer.
Thank you so much, Akira. We really enjoy your performance.
Okay, thank you so much. Wow, so that was our last participant's performance and also our last judge's evaluation. That also means that it wraps up our time in the settlement round for today. It was wrapped nicely and sharp. How was it for you guys? For me, it was a very incredible experience to see and witness the participant doing such a good job in storytelling. Now we have been together for 1 hour and the storytelling competition is coming to an end. However, before we end the session, we want to give a shout out to all the judges for the time and evaluation throughout the competition. The judges have worked really hard and we really appreciate it so much. We want to also thank participants for the insightful and enthusiastic 3 days it had been. Being in the top 5 and finishing the settlement round is definitely an achievement, regardless of the result. So once again, congratulations on your outstanding achievement. You deserve every bit of it. We also want to thank the sponsor whom without them, IREC 2022 would not have been as successful as it today.
Lastly, the storytelling committee wants a perfect quote from Dr. Seuss to end this day. Don't cry because it's over, smile because it happened. And with that, IREC 2022 storytelling competition has officially ended. Before my closing statement, let's take some pictures. By that, I would like to ask all the participants to turn on your camera. We'll wait for a bit, and then my friend Abby will.
Okay, hi everyone. Please turn on your camera first. For Demala, are you going to turn your camera on?